everybody, I'm Kelly Mataure. Welcome back to my channel. This is my husband Mandla.
Hi everybody, how's it going?
It's so good to be back here. I feel like we haven't had a sit-down video in a long time.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Have you guys missed us? Have you guys missed me?
Yeah,
I think I'm the one person who needed to be on this channel, who needs to be on this channel.
Yeah, we missed you.
Yeah?
We missed you.
What's up? I'm back everybody.
Today we're coming to you guys with the 7 things that you can do today to make your marriage 100 times better. So this video isn't just for those who are married. If you're in a relationship or considering getting married, this video is for you. Here are the 7 things that you need to know to make sure your relationship is out of this world. There are a lot of tips that you hear about keeping your marriage spicy, like communication, respect, yada yada. All important, don't get me wrong. But we're going to give you 7 additional tips that people don't really talk about that just inject some life into your marriage and keeps things exciting. If you're into that kind of thing, give this video a thumbs up and keep watching.
Let's get straight into it. Okay, so number 1, you guys need to have some sort of commonality or find common ground. I know it sounds so cliche, but find something that you guys enjoy doing together, because the problem is in relationships we tend to like to do things separately. We come together and it's like, well, she likes to do this and that, I love to do this and that, but find some stuff that you like to do together, whether it's a movie, whether it's sports together, whether it's video games. I mean, we enjoy playing video games together, but find stuff that you enjoy doing as a couple.
It also gives you something different to talk about or something that you can share, because we found that when we first got into a relationship, he had different interests, I had completely different interests.
Soccer.
He was sporty, what, and I'm more of a bookworm. I love to sit down and read. So we actually failed to find things that we enjoyed doing together. So even for our movies, like you like action, drama, documentaries.
I love documentaries.
Oh. But then we found common ground with some of the movies that we both enjoy. For example, right now we're both watching Designated Survivor. Oh, such a good show. And before that it was Game of Thrones. So yeah, just find those little things that you can do together that you're both going to enjoy. Number 2, have honest and open conversations about sex. Now, I mean what it is you like, how you want it done, what you want to try, everything about it.
That's true. True.
There's no use in you hiding it, and also don't ever fake it because it's a bad investment and it doesn't help. But have open and honest conversations about what's happening in your sex life. So sometimes it can be talking about what's lacking or things you want to do differently, or maybe things that you want to try. Put it out there. Don't suffer in silence. Just communicate about that.
I wanna know, what's your fantasy?
Those conversations, like
whatever it is,
seems so silly, but it actually
fantasies, whatever. Like, you know what? It might seem like it's awkward or something that you can't talk about, but if you can't talk about it with your spouse, who can you talk about it with? You know what I mean? Like, be open and honest about it. Those are my 2 words. I say that a lot. Openness and honesty.
Because it's the truth.
It's the truth.
It
like,
really is.
You know what? Say it as it is. Tell it like it is. Just be real about it. Just say, you know what? This is what I want to try. This is something that I've thought about. It might seem weird or strange or whatever, but try it. You know what I mean? Like, at least, you know, you guys have come together and you want to be together. So the least you can do is talk about it and have an honest conversation about it, whether one likes it or doesn't like it, and you can come to some sort of commonality one way or another.
Yeah. So also related to that is create an environment where someone can share how it is they feel or things that they want to try without embarrassment, without ridicule, or without you making them feel stupid. For example, if I like to be tickled in my nostrils, don't ridicule your spouse. I'm like, oh, I like that. But don't ridicule your spouse about something that they say they want to try, because also that creates a barrier to your communication and sex. So be open to it. It doesn't mean that everything that you say you have to try it, but have an open mind and be willing to listen to some of the things that your spouse says.
Okay, so number 3, something that my grandmother taught me many years ago, and not just her, but a lot of other people spoke about this, and that's to not sleep on an argument. Never sleep on an argument. Never go to bed angry with one another. It seems so difficult. It actually is difficult because when you're fighting, when you're arguing, it's hard to then try and make up and say sorry to each other and try and reconcile. But whatever you do, whatever you do, try and make sure when you go to bed, you guys are talking to each other, or at least have apologized to each other, or at least have tried to make good with each other. It's so important. And you find when you get up in the morning, it's like, what were we fighting about last night? You know what? Mwah, love you, 100%. You
okay, maybe not always that easily. But that's so true. But when you go to bed angry at each other and there's that distance between you, he's facing that way. That distance can be so cold. But you know how they say women apologize? They say women don't, maybe it's, I don't know, you guys tell me. But they say women don't apologize, which is like...
Hello.
I don't know, but anyway, whatever it takes, don't go to bed angry at each other. Don't let things fester, because things that go unsaid tend to then explode later on. So never go to bed angry with each other.
Yeah, 100%.
Number 4, pick your battles. And I can assure you, in marriage, you're going to have a lot of things that you're going to want to argue about. When you first start living with someone, you discover people have certain habits that could really annoy the crap out of you. So for me, one of the small things was how loudly you chew. I'm telling you, like we've fought about it. We've actually fought about it.
That was when we were dating.
Yeah, back when we were dating, but you have to pick your battles. It used to drive me up the wall until eventually you realize, you know what, in 3 months, 3 years, 3 decades, is this really going to matter that much? Is it that big of a deal that I need to just really harp on about it? So I've learned to let it go a little bit, but I'm sure there's a lot of habits that I have as well that you've now had to be like...
Okay, we spoke about another video about closing things. And
yeah. So, you have to pick your battles. You have to
but I mean, I know, like the chewing thing. I think it was,
It was a serious issue.
Is it? Yeah. Not that I chew. I think it was because I was hungry. I just go
and you'd eat really fast. Eat really fast and really loud.
I generally having the manners. I think I generally try and eat well, but no, I'm I'm super hungry.
He tries. Now when you're super hungry, but anyway, bottom line is those are the little things that you need to try.
Like if it's something that you can look past, try and do so. Because some of the time it might be something that you're harboring from a previous relationship, or you are just making a big deal out of something that isn't such a big deal. So just don't overthink it too much and overstress yourself.
Point number 5, while we're on the topic of baggage and previous relationships, don't bring it into your marriage. And I know it seems difficult for you to say, but you have to realize that the person that you're married to is not the person that you were with. For example, I came out of a relationship where I'd been lied to, I'd been cheated on. I had some very severe trust issues because of my previous relationship. And coming into my marriage, I then had to learn that he's completely different. He's someone else, and I need to give him a fair chance without quickly coming to judgment from the PTSD that I had from my previous relationship.
You know what happens? You start to pick up, or something happens, or even with a certain words or a certain scenario that seems like what you experienced before.
You get triggered. Yeah.
So you then assume that person or the person you're with is then displaying those same characteristics, and
it's going to do the same thing.
Road, but that's not the case. It could be something so similar but so different. It could be worlds apart because it's a different person that you're with. So you need to be able to separate those things. Don't come in with the baggage. And unfortunately, we're human. We hurt, we bruise, we feel emotion and that kind of thing. So you come into a relationship feeling a certain way, wanting to be a certain way, but in the back of your mind, you're carrying something from a previous experience or whatever. But you need to try and make sure that each and every time that past tries to rear its ugly head, you have to block yourself and say, well, no, this is with this person. This is someone new. So let me at least give this person a fair chance to try and, whether it's defend themselves or try and explain themselves or whatever. So you need to be able to be that understanding and not carry weight from the past into your current relationship.
Also, the assumption is that you've learned something from your previous relationship. So you also have to trust that you as a person are different. That the way you reacted in your past relationship can't be the same way you're reacting now.
Correct.
So there has to be growth between where you were and where you are now. So just keep that in mind and keep your reactions in check. I mean, you have to give someone the benefit of the doubt and understand that this marriage that you're in is now a new creation, and it's something that you're learning on and something you have to work on every day.
I understand. So number 6, don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people as an individual, first of all, obviously, but then as a couple, as a married couple, as a dating couple, whatever it is, don't look at other people and say, well, I wish we were like that or whatever. Like it's just not the right way to look at things, because your journey or your path is completely different to what other people are doing. So you walk your journey, walk your path as you are doing it as best as you can together. So don't ever try and look at other people and compare yourselves to what they're doing and think that you should be doing better, or that you are maybe better than someone else.
Or you're failing because they're at a certain point. So stop keeping up with the Joneses, guys. Don't do it. Like, from the outside looking in, you can look at relationships and think, oh, maybe that's what I want. Actually, there's some of you out there who look at our relationship and think, oh my gosh, we want something like that. Things are not always as rosy as they seem. So you never know, you never have context. That's the problem. When you envy other people's lives, you lack context. So try and appreciate the person that you're with. I mean, you didn't marry Rihanna. You didn't marry Rihanna. You can't expect those long, luscious legs all of a sudden. I mean, you married me.
I thought I wanted those. Can we?
There's no swapping, Tom. There's no swapping. Sorry. You're stuck with me. But I mean, when you married your spouse a certain way, you can't expect him to be so. I can't expect a spouse with hair. I can't. I married this guy with a cheese scope. I have to appreciate.
I'm being implanted.
I can't now compare him and put pressure on him to have an afro when I married him with a cheese scope. You have to appreciate your spouse the way they are. And one of the best ways that you can do that is look at your spouse and appreciate the things about them that you love the most. So I love his bald head. It's smooth and shiny.
And squeaky.
It's squeaky. I tell myself every day that I love me, a man with a bald head, because that helps me to look at him and appreciate him, and he continues to be appealing to me as well.
No, but you got to do that. Like you literally have to just steer clear from any energy that makes you want to compare the person you're with what is out there. Whether
it's who you're following on Instagram, the kind of movies you're watching, the kind of people you're hanging out with, just like have blinkers. You have to filter. You have to filter. Because I mean, if you just leave that little gap, and say, oh no, I wish my wife was more like Stephanie from next door. That's it. It's a very slippery slope. So you just have to be vigilant about that and appreciate and embrace your spouse the way they are.
Yeah, 100%.
Number 7, create special moments wherever you can. We've talked to you guys about having date nights and doing particular things out there with your spouse, but marriage isn't about doing the glamorous things. Marriage is actually very unglamorous when you look at everyday life. The key is making the mundane things special. For example, the other day we got home and we made breakfast at 7 p.m. for dinner. And while we were doing that, we were chatting, we're having a good time. We created a moment. Dating isn't always about going out to fancy restaurants and doing all sorts of things. It's finding joys and little pearls of happiness in the everyday things that you do. It can be something as simple as taking a walk, or times when you're making your bed. One that I'm always going on about is like sitting with me while I'm bathing, because I enjoy chatting while I bath. I enjoy it. And for him, he's always like, oh, why? But for me, I enjoy it, and it makes me feel special, and I love having that conversation in the morning. So,
but it's an important thing to consider and to be able to do. I think just creating creating moments. Like you need to try and carve out time. It could be something so random, you know. You could go out walking. It doesn't have to be scenic. It doesn't have to be anything special. But because you've committed that time or dedicated that time to being together, it becomes special. It then creates a moment or becomes a moment where you are immersed in your person, immersed in your spouse, and you are, you know, fully engaged, fully there, and you know, it's hard to explain. It's the most random of moments become memorable, become irreplaceable, and you know, it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing.
And I mean, complimenting your spouse, I think, goes hand in hand with that. I mean, just it's nice to say nice things to each other every day. I know sometimes, especially in Zim, you can get caught up with like, oh my gosh, now, you know, RBZ has done this, and now such and such has happened, and now so-and-so's been arrested. But I mean, it's also about, you know, the way you have your conversations. Be nice to each other, say nice things to each other. Oh, baby, today you're looking so good.
And make
sure
things. You comment on her nails.
Oh my gosh, oh my word. Let me tell you.
Make sure you notice when she's done her nails. Okay, because her hair, okay, right, that she cut it, and you know, at least that I see.
That's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Her nails, make sure you comment.
You know what's so annoying? I'll paint my nails and have a certain color, and you won't even notice. But MJ, my son, who is one, okay, he's one, every single day, every single time that I paint my nails, he grabs my hands and he's like, like he notices like that. He's like, he's one. He tries to taste my nails, but he looks at it like, every single time I change my nail color. Others, however,
try and take notice of this moment.
Because I mean, it's the little things, but it shows that you're paying attention.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Especially to nail color.
Nail color. Every time she changes it.
Every time. Thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is what you guys requested on Instagram. If you don't follow us already on Instagram, you can check out our handles here. Check out our channel, follow us. I love to engage with you guys. It's so much easier for me to just keep up to date and, you know, interact with my audience over there on Instagram. So if you're not following me yet, go ahead and do that. Just stop the video. Go to Instagram, follow us there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye, everybody.